This week. Okay, I know we all expected Wanderer: The Fragments of Fate to drop last week, but it got one last minor delay, pushing it into this week. And considering how good Hitman turned out, I can't say I blame them. But get ready, because The Fragments of Fate is about to take everything we loved about the 2022 original, add a ton of new traversal mechanics, some new locations and puzzles, and make it one of the best games of 2025.
Something tells me we're in for one hell of an adventure!
Games as special as Wanderer don't come around very often, so when they do, it's nice to be able to buy a physical version and proudly display it on your bookshelf. Well, thanks to Mighty Eyes and publisher Perp Games, you'll be able to do just that on June 13th. And it'll come with some pretty cool stuff inside the box, along with a few digital extras. But if you're looking for a new physical PSVR2 game to add to your collection this week, Perp Games might have what you need. Because on April 4th, they're delivering the physical version of One Hamsa's underground mech fighting game, Underdogs. It'll retail for the same price as the digital version, and come with a few postcards in the box. The newest update for Gran Turismo 7 dropped this week, featuring 3 new cars, along with an update to Sophie, 3 new events added to the World Circuit, a new Suzuki Collection menu at the cafe, and a ton of other small improvements and adjustments. As someone who doesn't play No Man's Sky religiously, or at all, it's getting harder to keep up with everything Hello Games has been adding to the game at a seemingly breakneck pace over the last few years. The newest update that dropped this week is called Relics, adding a huge variety of prehistoric bones to excavate and collect. Much like how the Sentinels keep watch above ground, or the Fiends protect their whispering eggs, dangerous artifact creatures guard the greatest treasure, and can be easily awoken from their eon-long slumber. This week, Skydance's Behemoth got a massive update featuring one of my most requested features. As reported by Henry Stockdale of Upload VR, New Game Plus carries over all of your previously unlocked abilities, hero weapons, collectibles, and health and stamina improvements into a new playthrough. This update adds further visual adjustments that include improvements to the fidelity and reactivity for the game's severing system, refinements to the strength activation visuals, improved hand grip accuracy, and more. This week, Wave Shooter Masters of Light became the second PSVR2 game to implement hand tracking. Here's what Port Studio VR Monkey had to say about the update. Implementing the hand tracking in 2.5 months was a challenge, since Unity hasn't officially added PSVR2 hand tracking support. So one of our developers, thanks Eric Gregory, created an in-house plugin that took advantage of Sony's new state-of-the-art tracking system to make hand tracking run at 60 frames per second, currently the highest available on the market. I checked it out, and I'm pleased to report that it works great here, although I still prefer using the Sense controllers.
Welcome to Hunrat.
All of us waiting for Cyan World's next big adventure seemingly won't have to wait too much longer. This week they stated, "We're happy to announce that Firmament on PlayStation is currently scheduled to enter certification on Sunday, March 30th. We're optimistic that we'll be able to ship Firmament on PlayStation sometime in April as a result. Unfortunately, we're unable to guarantee a specific date at this time, as we first need to see what comes up from the certification pass, but we're incredibly excited to have finally reached this stage." Sadly, this great news comes along with the announcement that Cyan Worlds had to lay off half of their team. We hope everyone lands on their feet and finds work soon. This week, the developers over at the Binary Mill took to the PlayStation blog to talk about the PSVR2 port of Into Black. They confirmed they'll be taking full advantage of the power of the PlayStation 5 with real-time lighting and shadows, utilizing the deeper blacks of the PSVR2 OLED panels, adding new HDR lighting and volumetric effects, along with a full visual overhaul enhancing the textures and giving the caves a much higher geometric density, all running on PSVR2 at 90 frames native using DFR. And of course, they'll be making full use of PSVR2's headset haptics and adaptive triggers. As if the Binary Mill wasn't already firing on all cylinders this week, they've also announced a release date for the PSVR2 port of their web-slinging superhero adventure game, Resist. Expect to be playing this one on PSVR2, along with a ton of PSVR2 improvements, on April 10th.
Underdogs, what has happened to this place? Death Hunter, this is Hermann.
After going radio silent for a few months, Zombie Army VR is back with a brand new trailer, a $30 price point, a 10% discount for Plus members, and a May 22nd release date. Now, the official PSVR2 trailer of Zombie Army VR is looking decidedly like the Quest version, so hopefully the PSVR2 version looks better than this when it launches. But hey, the price isn't too bad, and it should be fun to play through and kill some Nazis with a friend in 2-player co-op.
That sound! Mein Gott! Suiciders!
The non-stop Aces of Thunder updates from Gaijin Entertainment keep rolling in, this week delivering a full brand new trailer for the game. The cockpits are super detailed, the lighting and shadows look incredible, the environments look better than ever, and knowing that this thing is running at 90 native and includes HOTAS support, it's one that should be on pretty much everyone's radar. There's still no release date, but I'd expect to hear an announcement about that soon.
It's not complicated. Whatever planet you're on, that's your planet now. This warrior...
Every week, our good friend Professor Lilith organizes a multiplayer meetup over on our Discord. It happens every Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and this week we'll be playing 3-player co-op shooter Starship Troopers Continuum, which is currently half price on the PlayStation Store, making it just $10. If you can't make this week's meetup, don't worry. It happens every Sunday at the same time, so make sure you click the link in the description below and come join our Discord.
This week